Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, we know about the 7 feet of snow that fell in Buffalo, New York. An unbelievable apocalyptic snowstorm. Well, there's more than that going on. There is also a massive explosion here of a volcano eruption in Japan. It's disrupting airline flights this morning as it exploded overnight. A volcano in southern Japan blast out chunks of magma this morning, early morning, into the first such eruptions in 22 years. This thing just blows after 22 years, causing flight cancellations, prompting warnings to stay away from the crater. I mean, think about Japan. They had the earthquake of 8.9, the 5th largest earthquake in history on 3/11/11. Followed by a tsunami that was so powerful, so devastating, killing 26,000 people, leveling the landscape, and coming inland 6 miles. The earthquake shook the ground for 6 minutes and left 6 nuclear reactors melting down with radiation into the air and the land and into the sea. But wait! There's been numerous more earthquakes, volcano eruptions, and situations and sicknesses of cancers and tumors of different types. Oh my, and now this. The Japan Meteorologist Agency said that Mount Azo spewed out lava debris, smoke shooting plumes of ash, 3,280 feet into the sky. Dozens of flights were canceled. The observatory didn't expect the eruption to increase in scale, but it did anyway. They didn't know what's going on. This thing is blowing up. But wait, there's more. There is hailstones of biblical proportions falling in Brisbane, Australia this morning. Australia's 3rd largest city, Brisbane, has been lashed by its worst storm in decades. Wind, rain, hail, lifting roofs off of buildings, cutting power lines, flooding the streets, and injuring dozens of people. What? I'm talking about a hailstorm. The storm struck late yesterday afternoon, trapping commuters for hours, installed electric trains. Meanwhile, on the roads, drivers and cars were pelted with hail as Daniel Franklin captured some rare footage of hail from his windscreen of his car. Some 90,000 people this morning without power. Hundreds of power lines down from a straight line winds, 87 miles an hour this early Friday morning. 68,000 more homes also losing power. But wait, there's more. Let's go to the Middle East, to Israel. Let's go to the Gaza Strip, where an unprecedented cloudburst of rain, 2 days of severe, heavy rain and flooding has drenched the Gaza Strip. Good news, no casualties, but hundreds of people had to be evacuated. 63 schools had to close in Gaza City today. More than 400,000 Palestinians have already been displaced due to the 50-day war with Israel, the 7-week war that ended at the end of last August. And of course, the world has already donated. International donors have already given $5.4 billion to rebuild Gaza, but of course, they're not done. Now the rains fall upon them. Heavy rains drenching the Gaza Strip. We'll continue to pray for the people there in Gaza, the Palestinian people who are suffering through this flooding and rains. Also, pray for the folks there in Australia. And, of course, always continue to pray for the nation of Japan that has been racked with cyclones, numerous cyclones, typhoons, tsunamis, earthquakes, more volcano eruptions, radiation, and cancers. And it doesn't seem to end there. It's as if the judgment of God has come down upon that island nation. Well, I need to pray for everyone out all over the world that are being affected by these apocalyptic extreme weather conditions that are seemingly to be spreading around the globe. Water turning blood red now 18 times since the water turned blood red in Texas. The latest, Indiana, Terre Haute, Indiana, making 19 times in 3.5 years, a little over 3 years, I should say, that the water has turned blood red in the world in 19 different locations. Something biblical's going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. And I won't even talk about the Hosea prophecy if you don't want me to. Dead birds falling from the sky, dead fish washed up by the millions, dead cattle, deer, buffalo, bison, antelopes, seals, whales. We won't even go there if you don't want to. 5,000 dead bats just fell out of the sky dead in Australia the other day. 7,000 dead bald eagles in Canada 3 years ago. 30,000 dead sheep in Uruguay last year. 250,000 dead llamas in Peru. Are you serious? Something, we won't even talk about the wars and rumors of wars if you don't want to. The destruction of Damascus, the Babylon prophecy, the Arab Spring, all of which were prophesied in the Bible. Are you saved? Jesus is coming. Believe me when I tell you this. He's coming. And he's coming sooner than any of us can comprehend. Don't be left behind.